morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
Oh, that's nice.
I woke up yesterday morning with a spring in my step.
Start later, please.
I could never know what the day was.
Fast forward ahead.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang.
Yes.
Boy, that is good news.
It is the 25th day of November, 2024. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. Here we are on a Monday morning again. Vikings win. They're 9-2. What in the hell, right? What a game. It's Thanksgiving week, and I'm grateful to you. I'm thankful that you are here. Lots to get to on today's show. Let's start it with some comedy from Sean Mooney about Thanksgiving. Here on the Power Trip Morning Show on a Monday morning. Come on in. I'm glad you are here.
I like Thanksgiving. You guys like Thanksgiving? I like Thanksgiving. Not necessarily for like the turkey or like the cranberry or all the delectable stuff you get, but Kohl's opens at 4 a.m. the next morning. It's awesome, you know, and I'm usually still up partying. I'll be like, I'm calling myself a cab. I'm going to Kohl's. Wake up with like a new shower curtain, a couple toasters. The savings is remarkable, folks. You should try it.
Can you do me a huge favor and never repeat this to anyone that you respect, okay?
The finish line is waiting. Fate is on your side. You hear the distant thunder. There's lightning in your stride.
Good morning, Monday, November 25th, 2024. This is the Power Trip Morning Show, the home of the 9-2 Minnesota Vikings, the 9-2 Minnesota freaking Vikings. A little dramatic yesterday. 22 seconds to go, an 11-point lead, and all of a sudden, 11 points in the final 22 seconds for Chicago. I think scared every Vikings fan to death, but they get her done with an overtime winner, even though the Bears got the ball first.
Yep.
Whoops.
Yep.
Got dicey, but...
yes, it did.
Man, your guy, Caleb Williams, put on a pretty nice-looking show there.
Yeah, thank God.
And gave us a scare, but the Vikes hold on and win in overtime 30-27. They're 9 and freaking 2.
And
yikes.
There's a very good chance
That your butt explodes.
Okay. That's 1A. 1B, there's a very good chance.
All your teeth fall out.
1C, there's a very good chance.
How likely is that? What would have to happen for your
my dentures?
Scientifically designed teeth to fall out?
A hard sneeze?
Yeah, what would have to happen? Like, if Zach punched you really hard in the face?
Yeah, that would do it.
That would do it.
But I don't think he would.
Well, give him a reason.
Star sneezed one time and one of his teeth flew across the room.
Is that right?
Right in that room right there.
He sneezed so hard his tooth fell out?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
My God.
Yeah.
So anyway, how can your teeth come
please
out?
Finish your damn sentence.
Probably, I mean, they say the worst things for your for teeth are bagels.
Bagels?
Bagels?
I don't think that's how they say it.
How do you say it?
Like a normal person?
Bagels?
I don't know. I guess I don't know. I never thought about it. Now you
Bagels?
made me wonder if
How do
I've
you
been
say
saying it wrong.
Carlos? How do you say it, Zach?
Yeah, don't tell him. Nobody tell him.
Bagel?
It's too late. He already did.
Anyway.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah. But anyway, there's a very good chance for the Vikings.
I don't care about the Vikings. I want to go back to how your teeth can fall out of your face.
I don't know. The cement in them
There's
wears
cement
out.
in there?
Yeah, it's cemented to my...
No kidding.
Oh, I mean like teeth cement.
Well,
Teeth?
Teeth. Not teeth cement. Teeth cement.
couple
Can
of
I get
bricks.
some of that?
You know.
Hey, lady, give me some of that.
Whoa. But yeah.
God, would you finish your sentence about the Vikings,
It's like if the thing was breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you leave your initials in, like, with your finger into the
Brilliant.
the teeth cement?
No, I don't think
The
so.
children put their feet in there, in their hands.
Yeah.
Why did kids put their feet in your mouth?
I don't.
Were you sucking kid toes? Dude, that's gross.
Yeah, stop
and
doing that.
Probably illegal. My guess is that's illegal.
No wonder your
I
teeth are
wasn't.
falling out.
Anyway, there's a very good chance with the Vikings.
No. We're not done with your teeth.
Or
My
your
teeth?
other things. Please finish your sentence.
There's
My
a
God.
Well, he interrupted. He's mad. He doesn't want me to talk about the Vikings.
Well, it's not going to be interesting.
No, but there's a very good chance with the Vikings that they are like a 15-2. No, not 15. Doesn't matter. But they're like a 14 or 15 win team. That's a wild card team.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Just that 1 year, man. Because the Lions are just great.
Yep.
They're just real good.
They even played their best game yesterday against the Colts, and they still won by 19.
Right. Like we were talking about on overtime, how that was a moral victory for the Colts to only lose by 19 because the Lions have been hanging 40 on people regularly.
The Colts need to stick with those black helmets, man. Those are badass.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I saw them. They look pretty cool.
Take a
They're
look.
sweet.
I don't know if I saw a second of that game.
Take a sweet looky at them.
Let me see here. Colts, Lions.
They had their eyes on the prize.
The finish line is waiting, right?
That's what they say. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a kind of BA, right?
Sure.
Yeah, they're cool.
Interesting.
Oh, grazie.
Oh, grazie.
Wait a minute.
The hell's
this,
going on in there?
This computer now has.
Oh yeah, you want
This
to turn
computer
that
now has a
speaker off.
speaker? No kidding.
And,
Since when?
And Hawk can pull it up on the board if you ever want that to happen.
You want me to pull it out on the board?
Yeah.
Let's see it.
So he can now play sound off of this computer,
Right.
and this computer has a speaker, so I can listen to it during the breaks.
Correct.
Well,
Man,
it's dangerous as hell.
we are rolling in cash now.
Yes, we
No,
are.
we are.
Things
dealing
must
with
have
the devil.
turned around.
I think
All
those
right.
speakers came with like a Hewlett Packard in the 90s.
You have no idea how often Barrera watches his porn on there, though. We
Yeah.
got to be real careful.
Well, let me see. Hang on. Let me see what his latest Google search is.
What is a
Oh,
scooch?
interesting.
Oh,
Big oily
Interesting.
ebony.
wow.
Interesting. Cement teats is what he recently searched for.
God, that's
And then
ironic.
there's a whole bunch of Avengers and Fantastic Four porn.
Yeah, he calls
a lot of
Hawk-
breastfeeding.
Hawk could watch
He
that.
does love fan fiction.
Yeah, Hawk would watch that.
Yeah, probably. All right, so we have a speaker now in here. Wow, man.
It's
John
for-
Creasel?
21st century.
Brilliant. It's for talkbacks.
The what now?
Yeah, it's so you
Are
can.
we still doing those?
It's so you can preview them.
Oh, I'm not going to do it.
off
You mean other
the air,
people?
and then
For
you can tell the
fan line.
producer,
Okay.
"Hey, play them." Nordo was using it yesterday.
Oh, great. That sounds cool.
Cool,
Good for
yeah,
him.
good job, guys. Nice
Awesome.
job, whoever did that.
Jess.
Yep, thanks, Jess.
Uncle Jesse? From the Dukes of Hazzard?
Okay.
Hey, is it? I never know if anything on the internet is real or not. So about a week ago, Dave Coulier comes out and says he's got cancer, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Battling cancer. Did I read correctly that Uncle Jesse, John Stamos, put on a bald cap to support him?
Yes.
That's an interesting choice. Because I heard he was getting dragged. And I'm like, am I falling for a trap here or is this real? Kind of an interesting choice of just throwing a bald cap to stand in solidarity with the guy who's going through cancer. How about shave your head if you're going to do it?
I wouldn't do that.
No.
No.
You can't do that.
Even if you're
you're
Stamos?
Stamos? No.
You can't do it. Have you
That's
seen that head
the
of hair?
best he can do.
You wouldn't ask Peter North to shave off his penis.
Correct.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or just,
I'm not sure that's a good analogy, but you got my
I don't know if
point.
that's the same.
you could just have encouraging words, you know?
How
like-
about that? How about keep your hair and say
Or-
best of luck to my buddy here?
Because someone on Twitter was like, you're not going to take your arm out of your shirt sleeve to stand in solidarity with someone that got their arm shot off in a
that's
war.
Yeah,
I
that's
see
a
what
good
you're saying. What if you shaved his balls?
Oh,
man.
I think you're on to have something.
Coulier? I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I guess he could shave Coulier's balls.
Yeah.
That would be
Or
real
Coolio.
cool.
Yeah, Coolio's dead, right?
Sure is.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. He's in
Coolio?
Gangsters. Yeah, he's in Gangsters
he's-
Paradise
he's
right now.
long dead.
He died?
When?
Does Michael Jackson know?
Yeah, Coolio died probably 10 years ago.
No.
It was like 2 years ago.
Coolier?
10 years ago.
I saw him at the Wolves game.
He died in 2022,
Yeah,
September of
what?
2022.
It felt like 10 years ago.
Hi.
Hello.
What's up, Zacho?
He was only 59.
Who Stamos?
Coolio.
Is Coolio dead too?
Nope. He's battling cancer, but has the support of John Stamos.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, though.
Just
Not
a
all the way.
little bit of support.
I'm totally on Stamos' side here. I wouldn't get rid of that hair.
You know,
it comes back, right?
It might not,
it grows
though.
back.
You'd never know. And it's too much of a gift from God.
You know, the whole point is that Dave doesn't get to choose to shave his head or lose his hair. So that's the whole point, though.
Right.
Is that, sure, that's not ideal for Stamos to shave his head. It's not ideal for Coolio to
I would
lose
like to
his
think
hair
Dave
either.
understands.
Isn't it ironic?
Don't you think?
Actually, that song,
We got it.
I'm sorry.
It's a Coolio
Why would
reference.
they write? Is he really that much of a prize to write a song about? I love Uncle Joey or whatever, but I don't know.
Who knows what Canadians find attractive? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just
A couple of Canadian kids going at it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
They weren't kids. Well, one of them wasn't.
ooh.
As long
We
as they're
hope
not
not.
putting their feet in Sauce's mouth and knocking out some teeth,
Damn
who
it,
cares?
Sauce.
Yeah, damn it.
Anyway, you were saying about the Vikings?
Yeah, you were going to make a point about the Vikes.
Then you kept talking about your teats.
No, my teeth. No, I made the point that they could have 14 or 15
My God,
wins
he did, and I forgot. He finished his sentence, and I forgot.
be
about it.
the fifth seed
I even agreed with him.
and
I
play a
forgot.
road playoff game.
So here's what happened, guys. Check this out. So we're in Chicago on Saturday night. And I'm wandering around thinking, man, these bastards got it figured out. They had it all decorated up for Christmas. You guys ever been to Chicago near Christmas?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Not in like 35 years.
Right. It's lovely is the right word. Thank you, Sauce. It was lovely. And right downtown, they had a German Christmas village. Not late 30s, 40s. We're talking like olden times Germany, okay?
The days of yore.
Yeah.
Or yesteryear.
Yeah, right. The good times in Germany, right? And
For everybody.
right. And it was beautiful. And I wandered around there a little bit, and I could have spent $100,000, but they don't let you bring things back on the plane. So I was like, well, mental note. So then I started wandering off, and I was like, wow, they got it all decorated up for Christmas. It's really, really beautiful. And then out of nowhere,
No kidding.
No way.
yeah. And PA was right there. And people went everywhere. And a lady got shot. And they didn't catch the guy. And I was like, oh, yeah.
Shot and killed or just shot? Or
She's barely hanging on. And PA was right there. And let me tell you, I remembered, oh, yeah, this is Chicago. Holy moly.
Yep.
It was, you guys. A
lot of guns in Chicago.
Talk to Paulie about it today. He was
shook?
A little bit. I can't blame him.
Yeah.
I can't blame him. The response was, as you can imagine, but they didn't catch the guy. He jumped on apparently they from what Paulie was saying and what they said in the paper, like he pulled the trigger and took off and jumped on the L and got out of there in such a way that it was like he had the whole thing planned. Like, I'm going to do this here, and then that's when the plane will be.
Like the
train.
Joker.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's when the train will be here. But, yeah, man, there's something else. Because I was literally walking around downtown Chicago going, man, this is really, really beautiful. And I find out that Paulie was yards away from the gunshots.
Oh, my.
He was real close. Yeah. Scary stuff, man.
Ugh.
Big city.
Sauce, you were making a point about the Vikes?
No. Sure you can. Yeah, sure you can. No.
And then we rode the longest bus ride in the history of America to get back to the airport last night. Oof.
Just because of traffic?
Yeah. Even though we had a police escort. And then, I forgot this too.
I didn't know police could do that.
Here's the thing. People in Chicago are sort of like people in Philadelphia in that to them, the cops are just a suggestion.
For sure.
So our bus rider was like, for about an hour and a half. And by the time we got to the airport, I was like, just somebody put me out of my misery.
Wow.
I'm so sick to my stomach right now.
It's a soul asylum.
Yeah, put me
out of my misery.
That's a great song.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Or
Yeah.
Lincoln Park, yeah.
Wow.
Or Stevie
Yeah.
King.
Put me out of my...
was I saying? Oh, yeah. So you guys know how I have to look at the orange hands guy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? Well, there was this really drunk guy who kept flipping Pete off. And Pete is good about it because he knows, this guy's just a loser. Doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. But Pete will fight you.
Oh, yeah. He would have definitely fought him.
Oh, yeah.
Well, dumb guy who he was drunk and wasted, doesn't realize that I'm looking at orange hands guy who's literally directly in my path looking at the guy. So like your orange hands guy, Corey, and this is drunk guy, Zach.
Oh, Zach.
What?
So he thinks the entire day that I'm staring at him. So by the end of the game, he is just standing there staring at me like this. Like
what's your problem?
Yeah, what's your problem?
What do you want to do?
Not even watching the game.
Like
and
Randy Marsh.
And at one point I was like, I'm looking at but then I was like, what do I care? Right? And so the guy didn't realize overtime was happening. He was too busy looking at me because he was 100% sure that the whole night I was looking at him and watching what was going on from the booth. Like we were having a staring contest, like me and my cat the entire night. Yeah. I'm like, So
what do you want to do?
This guy's getting paid to stare at me.
Right. He really, but I thought, well, we're going to have us a fight, but then nothing happened. But it was an interesting time in Chicago. That story went nowhere.
Well, why does anybody ever leave the house?
Yeah.
Well,
why do you go outside? Bad stuff happens out there.
If I may, I think it was what Sauce was talking about earlier, teats.
Oh.
Yeah.
Am I right?
It's a good reason to go outside. Yeah.
Was that the point you were trying to make about Vikings
Isn't
earlier?
That what you said?
I said teeth.
Why are you talking about teeth?
Dude, it's a Vikings Monday.
The movie about the vagina with teeth?
Yeah.
That's what you were talking about?
Is that your favorite film? Are you talking about the guy from the Muppets?
Hawk, what's that movie called?
Which one?
The one with the vagina with teeth?
It's Worth It, I think is what it's called.
Oh, my God. Jesus.
I think it's called It'll Do in a Pinch.
Oh, my God.
Right, Max?
Yeah, and then it says in parentheses, and it will pinch.
Oh.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little nibble. That's the sequel.
The only way Rosie can...
Oh, wow. Come on.
Yeah, that's what he was going to say.
Jesus.
What? Who?
Who, me?
Wait. All right, Sauce won't shut up about his teeth. Some of us are trying to talk about the Vikings. It is a Vikings Monday. They won 30-27 over the Bears in overtime. More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on The Fan.
The Fan.
Hey, Hawk. Hogs?
I'll be hot. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Hawk.
What?
You coming over for Thanksgiving?
Now, why you put me in that spot?
No, I honestly asked you.
I am not. Thank you, though. I appreciate that offer.
Invited.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I guess Max and Zach and I will find something else to do.
Max was invited.
Oh, yes, Sauce invited me.
Okay, so Hawk's invited.
I'll be there.
Max is invited.
Yep. Do you want to go, Cor?
Is that an invitation?
That's not the point.
The point is not going. It's that Zach and I were not asked. But Max and Hawk were.
You wouldn't show up.
That's not the point.
If it was the last Thanksgiving meal you were ever going to have, you don't eat the food anyway. Do you want to go?
What Thanksgiving food do you eat, Cor?
I don't need any.
Just none of it?
Dell.
The bread?
I mean, Zach, do you eat Thanksgiving food?
Wanted an invite.
Yeah, do you want to go?
I mean,
no, but
we would have found out if we
There's a
invites
reason
were.
I invited those two.
There's a reason why you invited those two?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's one. Well,
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm going to say 5.
5.
I'm just going to leave it at
5 reasons.
It's okay. I'm gonna go see Moana 2.
That looks great.
As well?
Yep.
Oh, The Rock?
Also.
Good for you, man.
Yeah. Did you fellas see Wicked?
I did.
Not yet.
And?
It's incredible. It's one of the best theater experiences I've ever had.
Nice.
It's outstanding. And I didn't know anything about it. There is one scene in it that makes it a 9.9 out of 10 because it's a scene.
Alphaba gets naked.
No, it's not that. It's a scene that I've worked with you too long, Corey, where if you'd been in the theater, you would have walked out.
It was that bad? One scene is that bad?
It's a metachlorian-like line where you would have gone, come on, that's how we came up with this? And I'll tell you during the break because I know you don't care.
No.
But other than that, it's outstanding. The singing, at first I'm like, God, this would be a lot of singing. And then it doesn't even matter. It's so good. The songs are great. Both of the ladies that are the witch and then the wicked witch and all those people, they're excellent. The side characters are excellent. Goldblum is outstanding. It's just wonderful. It's a wonderful movie.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I didn't think I thought, this will be good because I buy into the hype and I'm easily manipulated by advertising. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll go see this. It was sweet. Packed theater. There were about 4 seats that weren't taken. It was awesome. Go see it. I can't wait to tell you the line, Corey, because
Thank you for your honesty.
I want to see your reaction. But it's very good. You'd hate it.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Did your family see it?
No.
Oh.
No.
But yeah. How many times, Hawk, have you seen it on...
I've seen the musical 3 times.
Yeah. Did you see it on Broadway?
I did.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
With
Chenoweth?
No, with
Idina Menzel?
Idina.
Yeah.
Adele Dazeem.
The incomparable Adele Dazeem?
Yeah. They're in it.
Spoiler.
It's not really a spoiler.
They're in it? Those 2?
Mm-hmm.
See? Spoiler. You just ruined it for Chris.
Here's the thing. Everybody's read the book.
They're not really in it, are they?
No, they're not in it.
I was going to say.
Maybe it was one of those like...
oh, is he tricking me now?
No, multiverse things where they bring back all the Spider-Mans.
That's a funny scene. That's a good movie. Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Would you sit through it again?
Yeah, I think we're going to go again. We'll probably take my sister because my sister will love it. So, yeah, we'll probably take my sister at some point. But yeah, it's good. Yeah.
I'm going to take your dad to see it.
What movie?
It ain't going to matter. He ain't going to be able to see the screen. Unless he's got eyes in the back of his head.
Oh, my God. Why do you take my dad to movies? Because you're in the dark.
He's into Tark, Jerry Tarkanian, the former UNLV Running Rebels coach.
Rebels. Yep, let's go.
I mean, your dad did live through the Tark era.
So did we.
He's into Tark.
Yes. Yeah. Into Tark.
We've worked together way too long.
Way too long.
God dang it. This job is killing us all.
Hawk likes when he bites on the towel.
Whoa.
Who, your dad?
Tarkanian. Yeah. Well, and my dad, yeah.
We know.
Well, sometimes it hurts, but it's so good.
My God.
What happened?
My God.
What happened?
Nothing.
What happened? Oh, look at this guy. He's got knives and stuff.
Yeah, Craven the Hunter.
This is going to be horrible.
It looks like an F minus.
Yeah.
This is the definition of they're just making too many of these movies.
It looks like Rambo.
It looks like 47 other movies.
It basically is Rambo.
It's terrible.
Sony has completely fumbled all of the Spider-Man properties, and they just don't. I mean, we saw it with the Penguin Corps. Make the villain movies, make them actually villains. And I'm more compelled to continue to watch it. But they try to make all these villains into heroes, and it just doesn't work.
Oh, Craven the Hunter's a bad guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be hideously bad.
Yeah, he actually kills Spider-Man in the comic books.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert!
No, that's a spoiler.
I got some sequels I want to write.
Go ahead.
Craven the T-words.
My God. My God.
And the one is just limited release. Craven the B word, which is just sometimes.
I'm a bitch.
Not that B word.
Wow. You guys, Hawk, you need to take a deep breath.
I worked too many days in a row. I'm sorry. I got nothing left to say.
Craven the T-words.
Yeah, man. Oh, by the way, I'll come over for Thanksgiving. Thanks.
Jesus.
doing some on-location filming for the movie.
I am scouting locations.
My God.
I love it.
Yeah, me too, Steve Carell.
Oh my God.
I just want to say grace.
Like, relax.
Oh my God.
Relax.
The blessing.
Great bit. Great bit.
Front Page Sports is next. The Vikings are 9-2. They are one of the best teams in the NFC. They are not necessarily winning pretty, especially against these bad teams, but they just keep winning. Yesterday was a good example of that. A lot of holes in that game, a lot of frustrating aspects of the game, but they got it done. More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on The Fan.
Love's Bitter Blow by The Holy North. Local music on the Power Trip Morning Show.
The Fan.
Time now for Front Page Sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Holiday Station Stores, get 3 Red Bulls for just $6.50. 3 for $6.50. Mix and match any Red Bull flavors you want. Those 8.5 ounces. Hydrate and wake up a little bit. Go get something to drink, some Red Bull at Holiday.
Good to know.
Yeah, thanks.
They certainly were hot.
Well, they'll be actually ice cold. That's the whole point. You want them cold. I can't imagine you would want Red Bull super hot. Right? I don't think so.
Put them in the pretzel ovens if you ask?
I don't think that they will, nor should they, Zach. I mean, I know this is America. They technically are going to give you the best customer service at Holiday, but I don't believe they would put your Red Bulls in the pretzel oven.
Okay.
Even if you asked nicely.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Mike Grimm's here. Hi, Mike Grimm.
Hey, how we doing? Hello, hello.
Oh, yeah, Grimmer. What's up, buddy?
Doing great. How about you? Missed you last week when I was in Thursday.
Yeah, I heard that it was great.
We had a party in here without
I heard,
you.
yep,
Yeah.
right.
Hawk, 9 minutes ago, AJ said that's the biggest spoiler of them all.
Yeah, I know. Now I'm depressed.
I didn't know. I've never seen the play. How am I supposed to know? That's a cameo. I can tell you the biggest spoiler of the whole thing. It's very early in the movie, and even I caught it. Took me a while. I got home, and then I'm like, wait a minute.
There's a spoiler early in the movie, too?
Which movie?
Wicked.
Yeah, it's very good.
My kids went to that. They said it was excellent.
Is that right?
Yes. They liked it. Did you like it? You went?
I loved it, yeah. I thought it was great.
And he spoiled stuff already?
He did.
Well, everybody
Yes,
read the
he
book.
did.
Everybody read the book. Isn't it a book?
I have no idea.
Yeah, but you know what you did.
Yeah, you know what you did.
And I forgive you, but
Well, thank
just
you. I didn't know it was a
barely.
spoiler, so I apologize.
You kind of said that's kind of a spoiler after you said it.
Then it's a spoiler, but it doesn't like give away the plot. It doesn't.
You know what? I already forgave you.
Or maybe
Don't
it
push
does. Okay, sorry.
He's starting to regret the forgiveness.
I am. Yep.
Yeah, I always do that.
Hey, how was that game for you, Mike Grimm?
On Saturday?
Yeah.
It was a heck of a game. It really
it
was.
sounded like it was fun to listen to.
Yeah, it was entertaining. You're in it. I mean, we even talked when I was in here Thursday. The goal's got to be get to the fourth quarter and be in it with a chance, and they were. And then they just couldn't get a stop at the end, although they did. I mean, Penn State was like 1 for 10 on third down, but they converted 4 fourth downs, including 3 on the final drive, and the fake punt. That was a ballsy call, man. I'm telling you, for James Franklin to call that from what I don't remember where it was, about the 35 or 40 yard
Something
line,
like that.
his own, up 1. If you miss that, you miss the playoffs probably because Minnesota's going to win the game. But you got to tip your cap to him. He would have gotten roasted too.
But think of what they saw to be so confident. There must have been something earlier in the game where they're like, this is just ripe for the taking. They're never going to see this coming.
Because the Gophers had either used punt safe, which they didn't use in this case, which we'll have the PJ Flex show. We'll get more into it, I'm sure, tomorrow. But they went in for a punt return, I believe. It was actually a little bit different look. So maybe it was something they had seen in previous games. I just think it was 4th and 2, I think, right? I just think they said we can make it and we'll fool them. I don't know if the Gophers were fooled. I mean, that's just 2 yards is 2 yards. Now to get 40 or whatever they got on it was a little egregious. You have to stop them and still try to force a punt, later in the drive. So that was the play of the game. There were a bunch of other plays that mattered, but that was I mean, at that point, you thought, all right, they're going to punt. Gophers will get it back. They can get it into Dragan Kesic's range, kick a field goal, walk-off win for the senior on senior day, and they never got the ball back. But it was an entertaining game, heartbreaker to lose because you had it, right? It's the age-old question, would you rather just lose 42-10 and be done with it, never have really invested as a fan, I'm talking now, your heart and mind in it, or you're totally bought in, like they can do this. Like this is going to happen, and then trapdoor falls and it's over.
The horrible pass interference call. I don't know what they saw to call that.
That guy's from here, too, that made that call.
Oh,
the fix is in?
Yeah, what are you saying?
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just
go
saying
to the wrong. Was he supposed to go to U.S. Bank Stadium instead that day?
I will say this.
Actually, I don't think they would accept that either.
Even yesterday's game, like we got to figure out what interference is, right? I mean, there's just no way you can throw that flag unless you don't know football. It's ridiculous. Like what is he watching? There's nothing about the play that's interference, first of all. Secondly, the ball's 5 yards out of bounds. Like P.J. Fleck could have caught the ball.
It's uncatchable.
What are we doing? Well, I mean, what would make you even reach for the flag there? Especially given all day Daniel Jackson's getting held. There's one time you can see the replay. Daniel Jackson's running down the field. He's got his hoodie. The dude's holding him by the hoodie. The ref, you can see the ref just staring right at it. But we're going to throw a flag. And I'm not trying to suggest that cost the Gophers or there's a conspiracy.
Whoa!
But there's just incompetency. How are we training these guys? Yeah. It's bad across the board. They got to redo the whole deal. It's been terrible all year in the Big Ten. It's been horrific all year in the NFL, and not against any team in particular. It's just been bad. What are we watching?
It was a different type of bad call on Saturday because it's one thing if it's a quick play, bang bang. There's some contact here. There's some contact there. You watch that replay, and I get that it's slow motion. I get that everything. But it's still, there's nothing there. There's nothing to call. So what would have to happen is that official had to have seen it out of the corner of his eye and just assumed that it was a 15-yard penalty. You can't give 15 yards to a team because of something you thought you saw. Yeah. You better be damn sure. You better see that before you throw that flag.
You're making stuff up.
It's ridiculous.
It's a joke.
It's a damn joke.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, and that eventually was a touchdown scoring drive right before halftime, which was a factor in the game. But to me, it's a bigger thing. And I'm sure if we watched and broke it down, the Gophers were guilty of interference, other plays, and holding. I saw Penn State fans saying the Gopher offensive line held all the time. Maybe they did. I don't watch that as the play's unfolding. So it's all over. But those kind of calls, that's a call. Like Penn State's not saying anything if you don't throw a flag. There's just not interference. What are we injecting yourself in that play for? There's nothing there. There's nothing even to see there. I don't know what you could see to throw the flag.
I'd like to address back-to-back tweets that Sauce had on Saturday. Let's break
anything
these
to do
two
with
down.
a dome dog?
No, that was later.
Friday.
He's pumped.
Sauce, on Saturday you tweeted, "Coaching not to get blown out isn't a good strategy."
That was in the Notre Dame game. That wasn't that game.
Oh.
But it wasn't subtweeting?
No. I don't subtweet.
Boom. Never subtweets.
And then after that, you said, "I'd rather be set on fire than watch CMA Country Christmas."
You have to agree with me on that.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds awful.
It's like a bunch of people singing Christmas songs.
Country music artists?
You'd rather be set on fire than have people sing.
You don't want to watch
Christmas songs?
Like Trisha Yearwood.
What's wrong with watching people sing Christmas songs?
You beg every year for Chris to play Christmas tunes starting in about August.
You just do that to give him an erection. And you know it's true.
What?
You got to stop that.
That gives you an erection?
Yeah, it does.
Me?
You know it does.
Yeah.
You're just trying to get on his good side.
No,
why would you rather be set on fire?
I will never
You
be
do
on
that all
his.
the time. All the time.
Prove to us that you don't have an erection right now, Cole.
Yeah, prove it.
No, don't.
See your blood log.
Please don't. Please don't.
You say and do things all the time that you don't mean just to be on his good side, and it makes my heart hurt.
Okay, well, if I can watch.
Did you tweet that out just for Corey?
Yeah, you know you did. Yes, you did.
No, I tweeted out because we saw the promo for it about 70 times.
You like Christmas. That's like you saying.
But not.
If you tweeted and said, I really hate
Trisha
preseason
Yearwood.
football.
Why was that the name that came to mind, by the way?
Which one?
Trisha Yearwood. Like, of
I
all the
think
names.
she's doing it.
Why are you looking at me like I know the lineup for CMA Country Christmas? I don't know who's
Stand up
playing
right now,
it this
Corey.
year.
Stand up. Stand up and prove it.
Yeah, knock
See what
stuff
you've
over when
done.
you stand up.
No. Let me know when you do so I can turn.
Sauce, about a day ago. Sauce,
Shake that ass, Grimmer.
Jeez, he wants to turn around. Sauce, about a day ago, you said about Daniel Jones reportedly wanting to finish 2024 with a playoff contender. You tweeted, he will be the Vikings quarterback by Tuesday.
May I phone a friend?
Yeah, get the phone ring.
I mean, do you have one?
The guy, hockey, I don't know about win, but hockey feels the same way. Hockey thinks he should be on the team as well.
He will be the Vikings quarterback by Tuesday.
Now,
you're talking backup.
I think he'll be like the practice squad quarterback. Yeah. I think he will be on this team because I think that he looks around and has seen what KOC has done for some of these other guys, and he says to his agent, that's where I want to go.
And if Sam Darnold's ankle is really bad, then he gets a shot.
I would love it if that were the case.
Isn't Mullins throwing 100% now?
Yeah.
He's 2 for 2.
He looks great.
Yeah.
No, but I don't think he'll be the backup. I think he just wants to be on this team.
Unless there was an injury.
Hello, Rosie.
What's good, Rose?
But, I mean, he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year anyway, so why would it matter? Just to be in the room for a month and a half?
The food at TCO is pretty good.
It better be pretty good.
Yeah. Zacho gets it.
I don't know.
That's what I would do.
I could see it in the sense that he wants to go to somebody that's going to make the playoffs. He's not going to be a starter anywhere, so
do it.
Where might you have a chance? Somebody might get hurt. I mean, he's not going to be the starter anywhere.
Practice squad gets a ring, right?
I mean, he could start today in Vegas if he wants to actually play. Minshew's going to be out. Right.
He doesn't want to play on that.
But if he wants to play,
he must not. If he said playoff team,
that's what I'm saying.
He's going to start for any.
That's why I don't get it. I mean, and that's cool that Daniel Jones wants it, but there's a lot of playoff teams going, well, yeah, but I don't think you're that good even if we do have an injury to our starter.
And the Raiders are in tank mode.
For sure.
But
put Desmond Ridder in there.
Some playoff team like the Vikings might say, we're one quarterback injury away from being out of it altogether, where they might feel better about Daniel Jones being a guy that could come in. Now, Jones hasn't been very good.
But look, I'm not super pro Nick Mullins, but we've all seen Daniel Jones play football, correct?
He's not good.
He's not good.
You saw him, they'll play the Vikings in the playoffs.
That we got him paid.
But got like $180 million for the guy.
If Sam Darnold got hurt, I wouldn't be like, yes, at least we have Daniel Jones.
The Giants
we're going to lose with Daniel Jones.
They're like the Jets. It's almost like a Darnold situation. I mean, the Giants are a total disaster.
They're horrible.
Look, I think if Daniel Jones signs after 3 o'clock today, because that's when he's going to be a free agent, when he clears waivers, after 3 o'clock today, if he signs with the Vikings, I'm completely indifferent to it because I don't think it changes anything. If he wants to be here, great. Yeah. I don't think it changes our chances in a positive way or a negative way one bit.
Dude, let me ask you this way: if something happens in the middle of the second quarter in a very important game to Darnold, who would you rather walk into the game?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it matters.
Really?
Daniel Jones is not good. He's not good. I'm not saying Mullins is, but I think we'd be screwed either way.
You would have said that about Sam Darnold 4 months ago.
Very true. But again, Daniel Jones is going to KOC is going to inject something in Daniel Jones within 24 hours.
Not 24 hours, but in a week or two.
Nice.
Look, if Daniel, like I said, if Daniel Jones, if Jones walks in today and signs with the Vikings, fine with it.
Yeah,
doesn't change anything, but sure, why not? I mean, if he wants to hang out for a month and a half and get lunch with KOC,
is Adina
sure.
Menzel going to be there?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to spoil it for you.
Oh, sorry.
I'd rather watch CMA Country Christmas than have Daniel Jones sign with the Vikings.
There it is again.
Then Meatsauce would set himself on fire.
Yeah.
God, that'd be great. I mean, imagine that you could, like the Put you up near the equator and melt the ice caps.
Wow.
I just think it's weird that it's like
Wait, there's
everybody,
ice caps
it's like
near the
universal.
equator?
Everybody's like, Daniel Jones sucks. And then you hear a couple of rumors he might want to be the Vikings backup. God, I'd take a flyer on Daniel Jones. It'd be great. It's like,
Well, there is
remember
a body
24
of work
hours ago when we
happens
all
all the
thought he
time with
sucked?
Minnesota fans.
KOC is good at things.
Yeah, KOC
And it's just
is
a
good,
much
man.
better situation. It's exactly what Darnold walked into.
That's right.
He's a
God, you're
quarterback
singing.
whisperer.
Yeah, well,
When you're singing, you're
He whispers into their ear through that headphone.
You think you know?
I love it.
Grimmer, you want to stick around for a
He's
little
got
bit?
to.
You
We
got
haven't
nothing
played
to
the
do.
soundbite
Let's
yet.
play the soundbite.
We haven't
I
talked
actually
about the
heard
Vikings hardly
it.
at all.
You dropped it in when the game was on the line.
I'm here for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, geez, you put it right when it mattered. Not a first quarter just throwaway. You got in there, and of course Daryl didn't disappoint. It made me laugh.
He's a beauty.
More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on the Fan.
The Fan.
Okay. What up, everybody? It's the Power Trip Morning Show. Okay, here's what's going on now. Mike Grimm's over there.
Hello.
He's your voice of all Golden Gopher sports except for a couple.
Well, there's 23 of them, I
And
think.
you do 20.
I do
6?
2 of them.
What's your least favorite of the 23?
Oh man, that's
Who's
got to
go?
Wow. I'm a believer.
Women's
in
fencing.
Wow.
that would be one I would definitely cut. Women's fencing.
I like to watch ladies put up fences.
Wow.
that. Would be a good sport. How fast can you fence in my backyard?
Hawk, you
Wow.
need to take a deep breath.
Is that a euphemism?
Hawk,
Why?
we
Why?
derailed a little during that break.
We did not.
You guys did? No, he
You
did.
He did. You did.
What was it pertaining?
I can't
regarding.
say.
Damian Woody.
Yeah. Have you?
Go ahead and say it. I dare
Come
you.
on, yeah.
I dare you. I do.
It's like Impractical
I
Jokers.
double dog dare you to say it.
What are you showing me?
He's going to text.
You're
What are you
texting me this?
He's going to type on a notepad.
Now, whatever he's
What
texting
he
you
wants
is
to
not
say.
true, and you know that. He's just trying to give you an introduction again.
Yeah, has that thing calmed down yet, Core?
Wow.
Grim,
See? Let me see it.
Are you saying yes in Spanish?
Oh my goodness. See?
What are you talking about? I
I think
never
you can
said
say
that.
that.
I never
I'm
said
not
it.
gonna say
I never said that.
Maxo.
You want me to read it?
No.
I'll read
Maxo's
it
got
in-
my back, so.
No. Maxo, did he say it?
I never said it.
This is the first time I might not be able to have your back.
You guys want to hear Grimm's line or not?
Sure. So on Saturday, the Gophers lost to number 4 Penn State 26-25. Minnesota just 6 points in the second half.
Oh, you need help.
Penn State, though, Ty Burrell from Modern Family, he plays Phil Dunphy. Went to Penn State, I think as like a graduate student or something, but he was a Penn State person at some point. So we gave you a Modern Family line. And like I said in the previous segment, you didn't throw it away in the first quarter. You waited until the game was on the line.
Yes.
And then you dropped it in. And again, Daryl did not disappoint. I'm pretty sure he walked right into the trap. Pretty sure.
Field goal makes it a 4-point game. It means if you're Penn State, you will not lose on a field goal. What do you think, DT? What's James Franklin going to do here?
I think if I was James Franklin, I would kick a field goal in this situation.
Well, they're going to send the offense out. As they say, success is 1% inspiration, 98% perspiration, and 2% attention to detail.
Exactly is what it is.
Which side will come out on top there?
Exactly is what it is.
They go up with the muddle huddle. Quarterback sneak Aller, and he has the first. He got.
Nice job.
That was great.
Do you believe that he got the joke or not, or was he not listening?
I think he just thought it was a line. I don't think. In fact, there was a few people in the booth, and I don't think any of them understood it was 101%.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think any of them got it.
So, including Daryl, because he seemed very convinced that that's exactly what that is.
Right. And then I had a guy tweet at me, good job on the 102%. So I don't know if he was trying to be funny
or if that guy's math was terrible.
Was also off as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Well done.
That was great. That right in there.
You got it in.
That's a long one. I'm surprised you agreed to that. That's a long one.
I agreed to it because I thought it'd be easy, Chris.
Yeah.
And
were you right?
It wasn't too hard.
It would have been the only thing that would have been better is if Daryl would have been. Well, Mike, that's 101%.
That would have been amazing.
Just completely missed the point.
Is it snowing out there?
It's dark. Hang on.
Is it supposed to snow?
It says leave earlier on Monday. Oh, is this for afternoon maybe? Winter weather advisory is in effect for northern Minnesota, where up to 7 inches of snow could fall along the North Shore.
This is like today and tonight?
Yeah. Weather officials say that between 2 and 5 inches of snow will be widespread in northeastern and northern Minnesota. Snow starting Sunday night, tapering off on Monday. Highest amounts in north, blah, blah, blah. Where's the stuff about Twin Cities? Oh, yeah. Snow will be lighter further south, but the National Weather Service is warning that morning commute could be a nightmare in the Twin Cities. That doesn't look like it's snowing out there, does it?
I did see a snowplow type of deal, so I wonder if they're pre-treating some places.
Or maybe they thought it was supposed to hit
when I drove in this morning, yeah.
Oh, anyway, there you go. Damn it, I'd like a little bit of winter weather.
I guess my driveway is getting plowed this morning. But
oh, yeah?
I guess. I don't know if it's like for practice or something. I don't know.
What's getting plowed this morning?
Well, my wife said that we had to get our house plowed this morning, but I was like,
Is this a toy?
No.
I hadn't heard the weather, so I thought maybe it was supposed to snow during the show or something. I didn't understand.
I didn't know Randy offered those services.
I don't know. He's a jack of all trades.
He's got a nice plow.
He can do anything.
What I heard.
I've heard, yeah.
The Vikings, they won. Did you see it, Grimmer?
I watched the entire game.
Did you say T.J. Hawkinson go off at the end of the game?
I did. It was fantastic.
Huge in overtime.
Here's Hawk.
We have a lot of firepower in this offense, but Jets is obviously the top. I mean, Jets takes coverage from us to let us be able to do our jobs. And, you know, I mean, he may have had a down day, but that's not, like, we didn't have up days. You know, we just did our jobs because they were taking coverage from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no question, right?
Yeah, man, you can't believe it. I don't know if I'm sure they do on the television, but to watch it from the booth and to see him double covered and sometimes triple covered all the time. And there was one of the long plays to Addison where
is that the one where he was getting tackled while he caught it with no flag?
I'm telling you, it's unbelievable.
It is crazy.
It is. Yeah.
Like, what are these guys watching?
I mean, he caught it, but that flag still has to come out in case he doesn't.
Well, what about a dude getting tackled well past the sideline?
Yeah, Brandon Powell, late hit.
Live, I yelled, okay, that'll be a flag.
Yep, and then it wasn't. And I know our guy tweeted it out, but how about on the overtime sack of Caleb Williams? Jonathan Grenard, clear as day, getting held by two Bears. Yeah. Caleb Williams holds on to the ball for an hour and a half. So Grenard gets out of the two-man hold and then sacks him and is so annoyed that the flag didn't come out. No sack dance, no celebration, just like a sigh of relief. Like, really, guys? There's no flag there? There's two guys holding me.
Wait, Hockey, there's a cut of that in there if you want.
Hi, Ben.
From Grenard about it.
Oh, is there really?
Yeah. It was, and then the
clear as day
in the game, the hold in the end zone where Harrison Phillips and the ref follows the hold. He's not watching the quarterback, just watches it. And nothing.
Hi, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Just walking in and hearing you guys say, wait, Grenard thought he was being held on that sack?
Pretty sure. How could he not? He got held by two guys. You didn't think so?
Not at all.
Oh, my gosh. I thought he was absolutely held by both. He could.
There was two guys. There's four hands just posting him up. Like he was trying to get in between them. That was
I don't know.
Was a hold?
It looked like a hold to me.
I thought so did he actually comment about that?
Let's find out. I got it right here. Hold on. Right. I think this is it. Hold on.
I don't know how I got there, number one. I had like two people on me, but at the same time, I'm just like ripping through and they were holding me. I ain't gonna say the holding, they're really blocking the hell out of me. But somehow I got through there, and he still had the ball, and at that point I was like, I gotta make the play. So he's a younger guy. I mean, he has all the arm talent work. Probably one of the most young talented quarterbacks I've seen, honestly, and I give him that, tip my hat to him. But yeah, of course he wants to go for the game winner and wants to end it all, make a play on his feet. But thankfully I got there, man.
Wait, he can say holding without getting fined, correct? Or is that technically complaining about officiating?
Because I really think
that's a good question.
I really think that he realizes he wasn't being held. I think he was. To me, I think that he was more surprised how long he was holding on. Caleb was holding on to the football, and that he was like, I can't believe I actually just got that sack. Like I have no business getting that sack right there. Like I got posted up by two dudes and easy now, and it looked like he sort of gave up on the play thinking the ball was going to be thrown, and then he just kind of like fought through it. And I think the lineman even sort of let him go because it was like, oh my gosh, this is like 10 seconds we're holding this guy here.
It was forever.
And then he gets the sack. I took that as more of like his reaction on the field is like, really?
Well, we get to ask him tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
That's the best part about having him on every week is we can ask him exactly that. Such a good dude.
He's the best.
Anyway, Hockey, we got you sidetracked. You were going to say something about Addison and the coverage of JJ.
No. Yeah, well, Ben and I were talking about it quite a bit. JJ it's everything you hear it's not hyperbole. And I believe KOC said it with PA last week. The kind of coverage JJ is getting, I've never seen it. And maybe 160 yards or whatever yesterday from Addison will relieve that a little bit. But JJ is double covered all the time. The coverage is unbelievable. And the thing that I said it off the air to you, Ben, I don't remember if we said it on the air. One of the things that made me feel better was that we didn't force the ball to JJ over and over and over again yesterday. Instead, we threw it other places. Oh, are they watching?
I mean, even that touchdown that they had to your guy Speedy Naylor.
Yeah,
there are two guys bracketing him in like a 7-yard in the end zone,
little, but not.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't call it.
Yeah. And Jalen Johnson was one of them, right?
Jalen Johnson is good, man.
I can't believe that was a bad sack to take.
That was a horrible.
The overtime one.
Yeah, we're watching Grenard's sack right now. That was a horrible. What is the stopwatch on this thing? It is.
I think they said 11.
It's got to be 10
seconds.
Plus.
Oof. Well, he's down at 9:05, and the snap was at. Let's look here again. 9:15. Yeah, 10 seconds.
Jeez. Ben Lieber is here. The Vikings won in overtime, 30-27. A lot of things to discuss and analyze with Ben between now and the end of the show. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
See ya. The Fan.
Join the Power Trips Zach Halverson on Wednesday the 27th at B52 Burgers and Brew in Inver Grove Heights for a Wild watch party. Get there at 6 p.m. to watch your Wild in action and to sign up for your chance to qualify for first-round playoff tickets next year. Get the full details now at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
Speaking of the Wild, before we get back into Vikings news and break that game down and do what really matters with Ben Lieber, how about Wild news first? Wild hosting Winnipeg tonight at 7 o'clock, and Wild news presented by Catalyst Supply and CatalystSupplyCo.com. Thanks, Catalyst. By the way, Catalyst was here Friday. Those cinnamon rolls and stuff. Holy cow, right? Like it's his wife's bakery or something. Man, those were unbelievable. Thanks, Catalyst. Minnesota lost 4-3 in a shootout to Calgary on Saturday, but Faber and Rossi scored late to force overtime to at least secure 1 point. The Wild are now 13-3-4. Winnipeg has the best record in the NHL at 17-4. But Zachary, with just 20 games played, the Wild have the second best record in the National Hockey League.
Yeah, how about that? And by the way, Tom Reed, no surprise, naming Matt Boldy the catalyst of the game on Saturday. I wouldn't doubt that he's a catalyst of the game tonight as well. He has stepped up. I remember, when we heard the news of Kaprizov not playing, it's like, well, you don't really have that. I mean, obviously you want him out there, but Boldy stepped up so well. So, disappointing that they didn't get the win, but about as big of a moral victory as you can without Zuccarello, without Kaprizov on Saturday. They got a point. They got 5 of 6 on a very tough road trip. They're back home the night before they ship right back off to the road again. But what a game tonight! Who would have thought a Monday night game would be in November would be such a big deal? But
do you know they don't have a road game in 2025? They have all of them before the first of the year.
Wow. Oh, yeah, it's going to be
Notre
busy.
Dame.
Whoops.
Yeah. Hold on a second. To my dismay, and to my idiocy, and this is on me as well. But if you go to let's say you're on ESPN.com, right, and you go, let's see here, let's go to scores here.
The strip club in New York.
Yep. Let's scroll down here and let's find good old Notre Dame. Okay.
Oh boy.
Go to Notre Dame, Zacho, on their website. What does this say?
That's their schedule.
And what does it look like?
A lot of green.
On this side.
Oh, a lot of verses.
So that means
they're at home.
Right. Do you see an asterisk anywhere?
What the hell?
No, I don't.
No. So when I thought
I see one next to that's the Navy Star.
Yeah. So when I looked at the schedule and said Notre Dame plays 8 straight home games, to the look of it on ESPN.com, it does look like they are playing 8 straight home games.
You're darn tootin'.
Thanks, Zacho. That's it.
Are they not, or are they?
No, they play at Notre Dame, or at I think they played at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Saturday.
right. Yeah, they played Yankee Stadium Saturday.
So they play a lot of
which looked dumb, by the way.
Neutral site.
Neutral sites, yeah.
I don't get it, but whatever.
I got it. So you were you were wrong about the.
I was
your
wrong.
take. Okay,
but
gotcha.
it looks like on ESPN.com that they're all at home.
Gotcha.
Right? Yeah.
Did Northwestern play at Wrigley or something? What are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, we got football purpose-built stadiums now, right? I don't get it.
I guess. Right. I think we should do that more often. I think Sauce, you should start a thought and pause, and then we should do Meatsauce Mad Libs, and then we all just interject what we think that the next word is going to be.
That's a fantastic idea. Give us an example.
Start that thought.
Yeah, start a
because
thought.
I had no idea when you said whatever you said. I said dismay. That was actually the word that you're the type of word you're looking for.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So 1 point for me.
Then he followed it with "to my idiocy."
Yeah. We'll call it finish him.
Wow.
Sauce, start a sentence.
Hello, Corey.
That's an entire sentence.
Yeah.
That was the complete sentence.
All right. How?
Hi.
What's going on, dude?
Hello. What to do, man?
How are you, brother?
Oh, man.
Where?
How, where?
This is not working.
Jeez. Rough start.
Where are?
I think we have to do this more.
He doesn't get the
I
bit.
think we have to do this more organically.
Yep. He doesn't get it.
Sorry, did he?
All right, let's do what really matters. Scores and stats around the world of sports and in between. Chris will change your life with something else.
That's what really matters, right?
Benjamin, the Minnesota Vikings won despite giving up 11 points in the final 22 seconds to force overtime. Chicago gets a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, onside kick, a deep pass, sets up for a game-tying field goal. They get it, and then they even win the coin toss. It looked like for a second there, everything that could go wrong was going to go wrong. It was Murphy's Law times 1,000.
Yeah.
The Bears were going to come back and snap this losing streak, but instead, as we talked about, Caleb Williams held onto the ball for an hour and a half. Grenard sacked him. They end up having to punt, and the Vikings marched down thanks to T.J. Hawkinson and Sam Darnold and set up John Parker Romo for a chip shot field goal, and he bangs her through, and the Vikings win 30-27.
Yeah. I have a question for you on the next go around. I have a question for you specifically.
I wonder if it's exactly what I have written down at the bottom, since you say it's aimed at me. I wonder if my note is the same as your note.
Well, do you just want to talk about it now?
Go for it. Let me see if we have the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I have a little star here.
Let me just.
Is it about?
Let's see how well you know me.
I'm just gonna try.
Let's see how well. Can I ask
to
you
get
this?
into your thoughts
before
here.
you even say what it is? Can I ask? This is not hindsight at all. I made this thought in my own brain the moment this thing was happening.
Yeah, same.
Are we going the same direction?
I think so.
Go for it.
What was Eberflus doing going for 2?
Oh, then no, because that's the exact right play. Going for 2 on the first touchdown is the right play. When you're talking when they
scored and it was 24-16.
Mm-hmm.
24-16 fourth quarter. He opts to go for 2, down 8. He could have just kicked the extra point down 7, down a touchdown.
Yep. No,
So-
going for 2 is correct.
Because then if
Why is that correct?
Because then if you score again, the extra point wins it. You're not trying to get to overtime. You don't want to get to overtime. You want to win. If you're going to come back from 14 down, the goal is to win in regulation, not force overtime. Statistically, he absolutely did the right thing.
Is that right?
Yep. You and I have something else. Can I tell you my game theory complaint?
Sure.
So the Vikings are marching down with a couple minutes to go. They had about a 5-minute drive late in the fourth.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when it's 24-16. As you just mentioned, the Vikings had an 8-point lead. 4th and 1, the Bears had used all of their timeouts. The 2-minute warning hits. Then I think they tried to just get the Bears to jump.
Yeah.
But they quickly realized the Bears weren't going to jump. So KOC calls a timeout.
Yep.
And the Vikings kick the field goal to go up 11.
Correct.
Now, I know it's really easy to say, well, yeah, you made it a 2-possession game. That's a no-brainer. It's 4th and 1 from the 7. Now, if you had now it's a 2-possession game with under 2 minutes to go. The Bears don't have any timeouts. They have to go all the way down the field, score a touchdown, get a 2-point conversion, get an onside kick, which is statistically so impossible, right? I believe it was the first one that's been completed all year.
It is.
Then you have to get a field goal. It's so unlikely that they score 11 points in the final 2 minutes. Very true. Very, very, very difficult. So even though the Bears did exactly what I just said, it is extremely difficult to do what they did, right? Super unlikely. So kicking the field goal there and going up 11, it's not the end of the world. It's very difficult to win. However, you get a half a yard. If you go for it on 4th and 1 there, the game's over. That's the kill shot. The kill shot is not the field goal. The kill shot is the first down and ending the game. Because I would also argue, let's say you go for it and you don't get it, right? Because the 2-minute warning's already gone. The 3 timeouts have already been used. They still have to go 93 yards and get a touchdown and get the 2-point conversion just to tie. And then you would get the ball back and have a chance to win. I actually wanted KOC to just go for it on 4th and 1, up 8, and just end it by getting that half a yard or yard that they had left to go.
So I would disagree.
It's fair. Either way is fine. I just prefer him going for the kill and getting the half.
So this is, I'll put this in context with an actual number, probability.
Mm-hmm.
So after the game, Tatum Everett showed me some sort of post from some analytics, NFL analytics deal. At that point in time, the Vikings win probability was 99.9%.
When they kick the field goal to go up 11?
Correct.
Sure. For everything I just said, right? No timeouts, 2-minute warnings in the rearview mirror, all that.
For everything that you just said.
Onside kick probability,
Correct.
which is a disaster.
Yes. So I guess what we're talking about here is the difference between a 99.9% win probability to 100% win probability. So I guess I don't look at it as like, you really are splitting hairs on the decision.
Very splitting hairs, correct.
So in this situation, if I'm KOC, you quickly, just like you said, add up all of the probability going against our defense with all of these things. Onside kick, maybe the biggest differentiator, just because it hasn't been done this season. You're asking the team to do something that hasn't been done all season long to be successful at it. I would say kick the field goal, go up by 11, go up by 2 scores, you're good to go.
Because then Chicago gets the ball, right?
Because I think when they got the ball back with possession, it was like 1:47 on the clock.
Right.
So you're way under 2 minutes, and you've got to go down, score twice with a 2-point conversion and an onside kick.
Totally agree. Absolutely splitting hairs. I'm just saying, if that's me, I say let's get this. Especially Aaron Jones on that drive had been maybe the most dynamic he had been all game. He had a bunch of really good runs.
They couldn't stop him.
You get a half a yard, and then the ability for Chicago to counter is 0.
Yeah. Well,
instead of giving them even though it's a 1 in a bazillion chance of doing what they did. It is kind of crazy that everything that they needed to do, they did.
Yeah.
Fantastic for Caleb. Again, this is one of those games, Eberflus and his entire staff is probably going to get fired at the end of the year.
See, I don't know, man.
They didn't quit.
But this is still, even in a loss, this was a monster step forward for Caleb.
These last two, I would right now, I would have no problem right now if we turned this whole segment into just praise for Caleb Williams, because I think that he deserves it. I really do. I mean,
how about on 4th? All those scrambles, big time throws. He didn't seem to get flustered by a Flores defense. He put up 1 billion yards against us yesterday.
His last 2 weeks with his new offensive coordinator, and you could look at some of the air yards and be like, well, there was a lot of quick throws out to DJ Moore. That's fine. But that's winning football. So his progression as a down the field passer, it's still getting there, but the rhythm that he finds, the decisiveness and understanding where he's supposed to go with the football, when he's supposed to go with the football, and his flat out playmaking ability, whether he's scrambling around in the pocket in the backfield, creating plays. That play where he floated out to the right early in the game and floated it over to DeAndre Swift was a ridiculous pass. Mm-hmm. And I just want everybody, if you only saw you only heard the radio version of that, you need to go back and watch how beautiful of a play that was. That was a completely an intentional touch pass that was lofted over our defender, and he caught it over his shoulder in stride. It was I'm telling you, it was a thing of beauty that I think only a few quarterbacks can pull off as they're scrambling and running to the right. I think the guy has that special quality and special gene to him. And I'm hoping, I don't know why I'm hoping this. I just out of like personal, I don't like to see guys get fired, but Eberflus's defense is a talented defense. They're really good. They're really well coached. And if this offensive coordinator really is onto something, they fix a few things on their offensive line. They get a few guys like healthy. Next year, this team is going to be a formidable team, a legit contender for the division based on what we've seen today or like yesterday.
How about also this is another reminder, and this is probably the 1,000th reminder for all of us, to not have snap judgments about young quarterbacks. Because about a month ago, it looked like Bo Nix was going to be a disaster. Now he's trending unbelievably solidly, right? Bo Nix is playing great football the last
leader
month
for
and a half.
offensive player of the year.
Right.
Or rookie.
And Jaden Daniels is still good, but Jaden is not as dynamic as he was a month ago. Yeah. Bryce Young, even though they continue to lose a year and a half in, Bryce starts to show signs of life when even a month ago, it looked like he was one of the worst number one overall picks of all time. Now, he still might not be ever great or worthy of the number one pick, but he's starting to play pretty good football. Even a month ago, like Caleb looked like he was a disaster. And then he's just gone 4 weeks without throwing a touchdown until he played the Vikings. But if they're doing these specials on segments on SportsCenter, like if we redrafted the quarterbacks, some of them would have Caleb third or fourth quarterback drafted. Right, and now you watch them yesterday and you go, are you sure you'd rather have Bo Nix than this guy? I don't know. You sure about that? Tim Robinson. I think Caleb looks like he's got everything. I just think he needs a little more time. He looks awesome.
I agree. And Sauce and I were talking as on the TV, they're playing some of the highlights of Baker Mayfield. I've always loved Baker Mayfield's just like footballism. You know, he is just a football player. But he's a prime example too. Now he had to go through a lot of like turmoil and turnover and all this other stuff, and it took him a while to really establish himself and a change of scenery, all that stuff. But he's yet another example of when you find a talented quarterback, and sometimes it's maturity. They're just not mature enough to be the leader that they need to be and to be the guy that the organization needs them to be. And sometimes it's just fit. You know, it's personality. It's the fit with the offensive coordinator, finding the right system, all of that stuff. We're looking at it right now with Sam Darnold. You know, Sam Darnold's going to play himself into probably a nice 3-year contract. Possibly, maybe he goes back to Los Angeles and plays for the Rams, and they just shed Stafford's gigantic contract, and they give him something that's half of that, and he gets back into the same system that he's in right now. But you know, Sauce and I were just kind of marveling at what Baker Mayfield's done, you know, in his career. And a lot of people want to throw him out.
Baker Mayfield has always had the moxie and the confidence. It's just finding the right family, and he's found it in Tampa. Yeah. He is their leader, and they love him. They let him be who he is, and that's exactly what Cleveland didn't do. We talk, you know, he does too many commercials. There's too many antics. But in Tampa, they just let him be Baker, and he is outstanding, and they are devastated offensively by injury. And he's got, you know, Bucky Irving is very good too.
Yeah,
that running back.
Think about all the
Gophers.
Yeah, think about all the injuries and stuff that they've had to deal with. But and again, not to sit there and just glaze over and glaze on Baker Mayfield, but he's another guy that when you may not like his antics on the field, but behind the scenes, one of the most charitable players out there. Like always taking care of people in the community that he's in. I don't know. Always been a big fan of him. So I'm happy that he's kind of getting his due, you know, in Tampa Bay.
Hey, when that kid did that spin move for the Cowboys.
Oh, Turpin. Yeah, how cool was that?
The kick return.
Have you ever seen anybody accelerate like that outside of a Tesla?
No. How about how that game at halftime was 3-3?
Yeah.
When he makes that spin move and then goes full speed, it's unbelievable. It's 0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
Well, I think he does have true like Olympic speed.
It looked like it on that return for sure. Then they ran back the other one later when they tried to get the onside kick. Cowboys ran back 2 kicks in the fourth quarter.
Strange weekend for special teams all the way around, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep. All right, more with Ben Lieber and the rest of the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
The Fan.